I'm sorry for making all these videos. Um, I wanted to mention something else. I was looking at all the stuff I have here. My laptop, my microphone, my earbuds over there, my iPhone, and a jacket and a backpack. I think that's all I have over there. Sure, a civil war is going to have guns and it's going to have shooting, but that's not, and you can prepare for those kinds of things, remove Trump signs and memorabilia from your cars and yards and things like that. Sure, you can do that. But here's another thing. If this happens, I look at my situation. Look where I'm at. I'm in a hotel and with my backpack. That was all I could carry. I don't have a car, so I don't have a suitcase. And I've been in situations with my parents, or my dad, particularly. And we would get in these arguments, and I would just leave, But this is different. This is politics, ideology, and philosophy dividing people. This is, you could have a teenager, or you could have even a young kid or young adult, maybe in 20s, 30s, possibly living with their parents, or even have a wife or girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, and whatnot. And it divides them. And suddenly they're displaced. And that's hard to imagine. And that wouldn't just be isolated. That would be nationwide. Imagine that. The police would be overwhelmed. I mean, that would be more, that's no exaggeration when I say this would be worse than COVID. But, it sets a generation, it sets a new generation where people choose philosophy, ideology, politics, all these different things for themselves over family and friends. That's how intense it gets, guys. So it creates a situation where a generation where people understand the flaws and the problems of these things. You can't run a government without them. So it sets a precedent and it transitions into a situation where you eventually have a government or lack thereof that has no rules, quote unquote, but still has order. And the people understand where it goes. We have philosophy and ideology. That's a lot. Here's the greatest irony is this. This is what the Ukrainians found out when they had the famines and all this, and they're not into the ideology stuff like we are. They're very, they're not, majority of them are not into all that because they know where it leads. And that's a great irony. And eventually, the Republicans will realize that too. And they will realize that they will have to fight to support Ukraine because now they understand why they have to fight. Yeah, sure, Putin is setting himself up for failure, but he's losing on purpose. That's the point, right? That was in the last video in that joke. So try to imagine this. Where the implications of a civil war that involves generations, and we're talking about psychological as well. This wouldn't be a 2-week thing. Sure, you could get it over with in about 2 weeks. You know, the cleansing, whatever you want to call it, and focus on the survivors. But also think about the people who can't afford to go anywhere else, or don't have a way to get anywhere else. Could even be groups of young adults, children, and such. It could even affect teenagers. It's not a good thing, but it's a necessary thing, because it's humanity against itself. This is where humanity has led itself to. It's not my fault. It's really not really anyone's fault. It's just how humanity is. So I want you to think about that. Yeah, this would definitely put Trump in the worst, without a doubt, worst. He's a liability at that point, beyond a liability. People say it can't happen, but dude, I'm telling you, this is what would happen, and it would completely destroy his reputation if he had one. It would be extremely controversial, but I want you to think about that. I want you to think about that. Yeah, because that could last for months. I mean, from this one event, they might not even talk to their family again. I'm caught in this too. I'm suffering too. My family, full of Trump supporters. Even my younger family are Trump supporters. They don't really understand politics. And I don't know honestly, I don't even know what will happen to me either in this. It's a lot to think about. So I want you guys to think about that. So I'm gonna tell a joke. Maybe it can get our minds in a different direction. What is this? Some kind of peace negotiation? But only one of us is in charge. So he rolls his eyes. Trump just asked for a Diet Coke. Now watch how people interpret that. Okay, I gotta see this. What is this? Some kind of peace negotiation? Oh, I see. I get it. It's playing on their perspectives. Trump's perspective, he would just get a Diet Coke in response. Zelensky rolls his eyes in response. And Putin just says that he's the one in charge because he's the only one who said that. I get it. So all of them are kind of on their own thing. I see. All right. I'll see you guys later. See you in the next one, which I don't know when. Well, actually, the next one is on 21st. It's about the FBI. Someone sent a request. I talked about this before. It's coming on the 21st. 21st. There's a number. I'll probably post something else regarding what's going to happen. So I'll see you guys later.